Hi, I'm Jeff Tompkins from GCT Property, and here's a different way to think about the Greater Brisbane housing market in March 2026. A lot of people ask how investors build an extra $100,000 a year in wealth, or how some people seem to be making more than $2,000 a week from property. In Brisbane right now, the answer comes down to owning the right house in the right market. Current figures place the median house price across Greater Brisbane at around $1.2 million. Over the past year, that figure has increased by approximately 14 to 15%. In dollar terms, that is roughly $170,000 in annual growth on the median house. When you break that down, it works out to more than $3,000 per week in value growth. That is why waiting can be so expensive. If the market is moving and you stay on the sidelines, the cost is not just emotional, it can be financial. In a market like this, waiting can mean missing out on thousands of dollars per week in potential growth. And the short-term data is still strong. Brisbane values have continued to rise month by month, with recent figures showing solid gains even in the early part of 2026. The housing market has not stopped, it has simply moved into a more measured phase of growth. One of the key reasons behind this is supply. There are still fewer quality houses available for sale than there are buyers actively looking. When stock levels remain low and demand remains steady, prices tend to stay supported. Population growth is also playing a major role. Greater Brisbane continues to attract interstate and overseas migrants, and that ongoing demand is placing pressure on housing across the region. At the same time, borrowing conditions are tighter than they were a few years ago, so buyers are becoming more selective, but importantly, they are still active. Most are adjusting their expectations rather than stepping away from the market altogether. Rents are also sitting at strong levels, which help support the holding costs of property. But the biggest story in this market is not just rental income, it is the combination of income and capital growth over time. The key point is this: in the current Brisbane market, time in the market continues to matter. For well-selected properties, the longer you hold, the more you benefit from the underlying growth. If you're thinking about buying, upgrading or investing, now is the time to get clear on your strategy. In a market where prices are still moving, having a plan in place can make a significant difference to your long-term results. If you'd like personalised guidance based on your goals and your budget, book a strategy call with me using the link below. I look forward to speaking with you soon.